Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 10 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan, and because those driving conditions are so slick out there tonight, we want to get straight to meteorologist Thomas Patrick in the Outdoor Weather Center. Thomas, what's in store in the coming hours so people know what to expect tomorrow morning?
Yeah, it's still obviously very wet out here, but temperatures should be increasing through the overnight tonight. But obviously, huge winter storm from the morning into the afternoon hours. Areas out in the central Washington, eastern Cascades area, this was East Wenatchee. Huge snow drifts, were up to 2 to 3 feet of snow fell in those regions. Here it was a bit closer to about 6 inches of snow in Spokane, but it was that freezing rain in the evening hours that made things super icy during the evening commute. But temperatures should be climbing just a couple degrees in the overnight hours. Notice how the rain snow line is just drifting northward. I do believe it is just a straight rain as of this hour from our Outdoor Weather Center. We got 35 degrees from our own outdoor set here. But the freezing rain in the pink shaded areas from about Spokane or Deer Park out towards Moses Lake still going to be an issue for a couple more hours before those temperatures get back above freezing. Bit more additional snow or freezing rain for northern northeastern Washington to North Idaho, where there are still winter storm warnings in effect. But tomorrow is all about the winds with wind advisories in effect. So we'll go over what to expect before we even hit the weekend in just a few minutes.
Thomas, thank you very much. And as Spokane sees its biggest snowfall of the season thus far, the race is on now to keep streets and sidewalks clear. A common complaint that we're hearing is about snow berms forming at the end and sides of road. With the latest storm coming before the snow from the last storm could melt away, those berms can be quite large in places. Kirsten Davis with the city of Spokane says it's just hard to avoid making them.
We run out of room to put it places, right? Just like we do in our own yards. So that's always going to be, somewhat of a challenge, but our crews work really hard to try to minimize that as much as possible.
Meantime, over in Coeur d'Alene, people tried to keep up shoveling driveways and sidewalks while the snow made for a slow morning and evening commute. Kids sure enjoyed the sledding conditions out there earlier today. And with all the snow that we saw today, the city has activated a full city plow once again. The lines shaded in purple right there are what the plows are working on. Green is complete, blue is working, and red is next. If you'd like to check the progress in your area, just head to the City of Spokane's website. You can also find a link to that on our website, which of course is krem.com. And because of those closures, we want to break down what those conditions out there look like. Let's go back out to meteorologist Thomas Patrick once again. We talked about the mountain passes tonight. They're going to be closed for at least the next few nights. What do they look like tonight, Thomas?
Yeah, obviously it's a very dangerous situation in the Cascades because of the excessive amount of snow and now the avalanche danger on top of it. But it wasn't just the passes, which are likely closed through Sunday. And of course, Washington Pass is closed for the season already. But look at these snowfall totals. These aren't the forecasted numbers. These are the actual reported totals in even the areas leading up to the Cascades on the eastern slopes. As much as 33 inches in Leavenworth, 26 inches of snow in Wenatchee, and even 15 inches of snow in Ellensburg. So obviously it wasn't just the peak of the mountain passes. It's it's miles and miles of stretches of roads that are obviously hit with an excessive amount of snowfall. Here are some of the cameras across the Cascades from Snoqualmie and Stevens Pass, just completely covered. And obviously not just dangerous for drivers, but dangerous for the WashDOT crews to even get out there and try to do some avalanche control. There are avalanche warnings across the Cascades and avalanche watches for the northern Rockies. So obviously this is a huge reason why those mountain passes are closed. As of this hour, will be closed for a few days.
Yeah, good information there, Thomas. As he just mentioned, WashDOT says mountain passes could be closed until Sunday, shutting down major paths for supplies and travel. New at 10 tonight, KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk shows us why state officials say it could take so long.
Those pass closures could have a major impact on shipping, groceries, and other services. Earlier today, WashDOT said the passes would likely be closed through Friday. Then just a few hours ago, they said they may not open until this Sunday.
Those closures include Snoqualmie, Stevens, White, and Blewett passes. WashDOT says right now conditions are just too dangerous for crews to be in the pass areas. They've reported snow, trees, and other debris sliding onto highways. Tomorrow, if it's safe to do so, WashDOT says crews plan to spend the entire day addressing avalanche issues to create safe work zones. Once that avalanche work is complete, crews will spend Saturday clearing the passes by plowing and treating roads, removing trees, and wiping ice from road signs. In a statement on Twitter, WashDOT said, quote, "We recognize the importance of these corridors, but nothing is more important than the safety of our crews and the public. We are prepared to move in once it is safe, and we appreciate your patience during this challenging time." WashDOT has a lot of work ahead and not as many employees. 5.9% of WashDOT's workforce left their jobs in October after the vaccine mandate for state and healthcare workers took effect. WashDOT was down almost 300 of its typical 1,500 winter staffing positions as of this October. Reporting in Spokane, Kyle Simchuk, KREM 2 News.
Spokane Public Schools and Meade Schools will be doing a delayed start again tomorrow. Both Meade and SPS will be delayed by 2 hours. So here's how Spokane delayed start will work tomorrow. Express childcare will open at 8. High schools will start at 10. Elementary and Montessori's will open at 10:30. Middle schools will open at 11. A spokesperson for Spokane Public Schools told us they don't take the decision to cancel schools lightly.
It's really difficult. We have over 30,000 students in our district, and we have to think of all of our students. And as I mentioned before, some of our families, this would cause, canceling school would cause a huge, enormous impact to their day.
According to Superintendent Dr. Adam Swinyard, 700 SPS students are experiencing homelessness. Another 60% of students rely on school meals. So school is the primary place for a lot of students to just warm up and to get a meal. Well, the heavy snow forced one of the community COVID-19 testing sites at Spokane Falls Community College to shut down today, and it'll be closed tomorrow as well. Discovery Health officials say that one of the center beams of the drive-through structure collapsed under the weight of all the snow, making it unsafe for use. That meant canceling hundreds of appointments today. So in the short term, staff will move to the testing site at the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center in Spokane Valley to help with the increased volume that they are experiencing. And if you are planning on flying out of Spokane soon, you might want to check the status of your flight. Right now, several flights are delayed and canceled. The airport suggests that you give yourself more time to get to the airport and to check flight information at the link at the bottom of your screen right there. And we want to make sure that you are up to date on everything. So everything you need to know, including an hour-by-hour forecast, just text us the word SNOW to 509-448-2000 and we'll send a link directly to your phone. In other news this evening, predictive data from UW says that 40 to 50% of Washington's population will have had COVID in the next 3 to 4 weeks. It's a staggering figure. According to the analysis, they are predicting roughly 40,000 infections a day. A reason why? The Omicron variant is 3 to 4 times more transmissible than the Delta variant, although the symptoms thus far seem to be less severe. And because those numbers will continue to rise in the coming weeks, here is a look at Spokane County's COVID numbers from today. The Spokane Regional Health District reporting 848 new cases today. Again, with 83 people currently hospitalized. Thankfully, there were no new deaths reported today. Across the border in North Idaho, the Panhandle Health District is reporting 143 new cases today. They have 79 people currently hospitalized. They are also reporting 14 new deaths in North Idaho. Due to the spread of the Omicron variant, Gonzaga is temporarily suspending food and drink service at all ticketed athletic events. This new rule takes effect immediately. In addition to not being able to buy food or drinks at the venue, you're also not allowed to bring outside food or drinks to the venue either. All right, coming up after the break today, a major development in the Freeman High School shooting trial. We'll tell you what happened in court today, coming up after the break. Plus, later in the broadcast, we'll tell you about this group of volunteers who grabbed their shovels and cleared people's sidewalks and driveways today. Stay with us. We're back after a quick break.